Hi, this is Mike Hunt coming right back at you. More words of wisdom coming this way, totally free of charge, completely free of obligation. I would only ask that you listen. Going to pick up on the subject again of intelligent design. It's another one of these like buzzwords or buzz expressions that causes a strong reaction among people. I understand the etymology of this expression. I know that it was created by your overzealous Bible thumping types that basically wanted to like sneak their agenda past people. They want to convey the idea of this all-powerful overseeing being that should be feared and respected and obeyed, and they've used some kind of terminology that like makes it sound a bit less gaudy and all that. I suppose similar to what I do in my videos, but I know that there are dubious aspects surrounding this idea of intelligent design, and I know that the very sound of these words fills a lot of you like liberal thinkers out there with some doubts and possibly some contempt, and I do understand that, but I think it's quite a good expression, as good as any other really, to again explain a process which is unexplainable, a process that we can only begin to speculate about, a process that is obviously quite important to us, as we do spend our lives speculating about them, and we have done so since the beginning of recorded history. So how did all this happen? Is there something behind it? Is there something creating it? And for me, the idea of intelligent design is purely synonymous with evolution. There's a process by which we have reached the point that we are at today, where we have such a fantastic grasp of how the world works and the mechanisms that explain that. And this process has been going on for a long time, and it's weeded out the things that are incapable of life, and it's found the things that are best capable of life. Because all it wants to do is exist, as I discussed in my last video. The universe is like you or I. It's just here, and it don't really know what to do with itself, I'm sure, like we often feel. But all it can do is be, and through the process of being, it has identified what works and what doesn't work, and it's learned from its mistakes, and it's eradicated its mistakes. Don't want to go off on a tangent, but it may be continuing to eradicate its mistakes, and we might find that we are one of its biggest mistakes. Somebody said that the eradication of the human race would actually be a return to normality for the planet, because we haven't been here that long, and there might be some truth in that. But anyway, don't want to talk about that now. Just want to establish that when I say I believe in intelligent design, I believe that through process of elimination, the universe has discovered the best way to exist, as we do the same in our lives. And I think if there's, if you can't associate some intelligence with that process, if you consider yourself to be an intelligent being, and you don't think the whole universe that has given rise to everything you see around you, if you think that universe is less intelligent than you, then you must be pretty arrogant, and I can be quite arrogant sometimes, but I think you're going to win the prize for that one, to say that you are of a higher intelligence than the entire universe. But again, using the word intelligence indicates that there's some kind of some kind of sentient being that is capable of doing calculations and expressing opinions. And again, we're really just constricted by our knowledge of language in that sense, by what we deem intelligence to be. But my point, the point that I'm trying to make, the point that I'm going to move away from now, is that all this has happened through a process of cause and effect, you know, identification and elimination, and it knows what it's doing as much as you or I know what we're doing. I think is really a fair comment. You can argue with it. I hope you argue with it. If anybody ever watches these videos, then I would like you to make comments. I'd like you to disagree with anything you disagree with. It'd be nice if you agreed with some of it. But yeah, what I would like to do is get involved in some serious debate about these issues, because again, it's so important for us at this time in our history, I think, that we start considering a new paradigm. And again, it's not even new. People have been talking about this for years, man, since before we can even imagine. You know, this is an old idea, and it will continue to exist long after you or I have left the face of this planet. But we'll be back. We'll be back. There's just so many things I want to talk about. It's hard sometimes to get my thoughts organised, but I think if you have watched my videos, you will have some idea of what I'm getting at, and it's really important to remember that this is my personal perspective and my own interpretation, and I obviously could be wrong about everything that I'm saying. I don't think I am, and I think so many people in the world feel the same way now. It's just so abundant when you know, turn on the television or open a newspaper, or speak to friends, you meet strangers, and just everybody's really starting to share this realisation, I think. And I think it's going to lead to some kind of revolution of the spirit, and perhaps a revolution on a social level. And it's long overdue, guys. I think it's really time for that to happen. Anyway, if I just get back to the point that yeah, everybody's feeling this way right now, and people have always felt this way, and you'd be able to, you know, read the works of many greater thinkers than I, and listen to the speeches of many greater thinkers than I, and they would tell you exactly what I'm telling you now. You know, and this is a common idea, but mainstream media would lead you to believe that this is in some way an alternative theory, that this is like crazy, a wacko thing. I mean, yeah, in some aspects of my character I perhaps do fit that description, but all I'm talking about is the truth, guys, and the truth will set you free. I'll speak to you later.